I know, Kenny, you said on social media this is going to be a huge pro day. Having not one but three NFL head coaches really speaks for itself.
Yeah, it was cool for our guys to get to be around all them. Shows the program that they built. I mean, this group built this place, and they built it to what you guys saw out there today. 31 teams represented, 3 head coaches, multiple GMs, and it's all testament to what they've done and the work they put in. And it's cool to see, the beginning of their reward for putting in all the work the last 2 years.
How cool do you think it is that so many players who participated today have stuck around in the Valley and trained with each other in the Phoenix area leading up to this?
Yeah, it just shows the connection. I mean, you could just feel the connection this team had when they were in the weight room during the jumps, and you could feel the energy, and that's special, and that's what makes this group special. And it's just really fun to watch one last time them coming together and competing, and sad to see from my end, but it's really, really cool to watch as well.
Is that something that weighed on you like throughout the day? Just the fact that these guys were so important in that building of your first part of the season?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm out there like every single time, every sprint, like nervous, like come on. Just I want these guys to be successful. I want them to succeed, so I was just being an innocent bystander and having no effect on the result today, but you can tell a lot of our guys put in a lot of work to hit the numbers that they hit today, and that makes me pretty proud.
Hey, Coach, on multiple occasions you've said that Judge Sims has the talent to play on Sundays. He obviously put his arm strength on full display today. What pitch would you give to NFL teams if you were in that position to take a chance on him?
Yeah, I mean, I tell all the teams, watch the tape and meet our guys. Like, just watch the film and then meet our guys. Like, meet them, have a conversation with them, right? They love competition. They're good people. So what's the pitch for him is we got to see him today throw the ball however many yards he did. He was accurate over the middle. His last game he played as a Sun Devil was his best game, arguably in his career, over 70% completion percentage. I think he led bowl games in yards or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But he just had an unbelievable final hurrah to his career. Didn't get the W, but he played so well in that game. So go watch that film, see his talent, and then meet the person.
What does it say? Wow. Did you have a chance to see Mike Vrabel working with Max at all? What do you make of that moment?
Yeah, it's super cool. I mean, I've seen Coach Vrabel multiple times, had a few conversations with him, and I've seen him work with other people. So it was cool to see him get his hands, him and Max work together, and so it was fun to watch. Max get after it a little bit.
A few weeks ago, you mentioned how Vrabel is someone that you've learned a lot, like his leadership styles. Just all the coaches that were here today, for your conversations with them, were you able to pick up anything?
Yeah, I'm just trying to learn. It's so interesting because everybody's so different. I think that's the one thing that you learn the longer, the more people you meet. I shouldn't say the more people you meet, is there's so many ways to be successful. There's so many different ways to succeed, so many different personalities. I think you learn things and you learn ways that people do them. Some fit your style, some don't. And you try to make sure you stay yourself while also making yourself better. And I think getting around some of these guys that all different personalities and picking their brains is always a benefit.
Kenny, circling back to Max, what does it say both about him and your guys' program to take a guy who had very little football experience coming in to now potentially being a first or second round pick?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, all starts with the work Max put in. I wish we could say, I tell every recruit here, we're going to have probably 4 guys drafted in the first 4 rounds who weren't in the top 900 of their recruiting class. Great. It wasn't a magical potion our staff did. If you come here, that doesn't mean you're going to do that. You know what works? Work works. And not just those 4 guys, but a lot of the guys out here today are going to get a chance to get an NFL helmet. And once you get a helmet, you got a chance. And it was based off of their work, not the staff, not a magical person teaching them to step correctly. It was the work that these guys have put in for 2 or 3 years, however long they were here, and the consistent work they've put in. So to see a guy like Max show up where he's at, put in the work, and I reap the benefit. That's what makes me proud.
How key of a figure is Keith Abney going to be for you to be able to point to as an example going forward, being part of your first signing class, sticking here all 3 years, and now being able to get to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, I think similar to the last answer in terms of like he just came up and put in the work every single day. And like I said, I'm not one to ever take credit for player success, nor should I think any coach should take credit for player success. He put in the work to put himself in the position he is in today. It's every coach in our shoes to give them the tools and the resources to maximize themselves. He put in the work. And so I think the message for other guys is if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to put in the day-to-day, we can help you maximize yourself. But it always is going to start with the work people put in. There's no shortcuts to success, and Keith's a great example of that.
When we were talking to Keith, he mentioned how he feels like future pro days here are going to have even more guys participating, even more NFL scouting presence. Just what have you made of the growth of how much ASU is being seen in the national spotlight?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, there are multiple people came up to me, like I was here, a few years ago, and I've been coming here 15 years. And then to say this was the most scouts or the most blank, it is pretty, cool to be a part of that. But like I said, it's all about the players, and it always will be about the players. This is their day to just go out there and shine, and to be able to do that in front of a big crowd of scouts and coaches is really cool. And hopefully it does grow. Hopefully it does continue, and hopefully continues to be a norm here that scouts know that this is where you come and you're going to find NFL talent, whether they're drafted, whether they're not drafted. You're going to put a helmet on. You're going to put 10 of our players, 9 of our players, whatever that is, in an NFL helmet, and they're going to have a chance to compete to keep that helmet. And that's what I tell our guys is if they give you a helmet, don't let them take it off you. Right? You're in the door. Doesn't matter where you get drafted. Doesn't matter where you go. If you get a helmet, it's yours to lose.
What do you say to teams about offering?
I just say the guy was first team all Big 12. He gave our motivational speeches. If he would have been healthy this year, I mean, it'd be a whole different dynamic. You guys would be coming to watch him, and he could have come back another year. He did. He didn't want to come back because he was going to bet on himself again. And people have counted him out before, multiple times, and he came out and helped lead a team to the Big 12 championship. And he was one of the main leaders on that football team. He was counted out before, and he became all Big 12 when he was counted out. So don't count him out. That's a guy that when he gets a helmet, he's not going to give it up.
There were dozens of guys from the team, this year's team, here watching guys from last year's team. What do you hope that the current roster takes away from tonight?
That don't wait to put in the work. Like, you can't rush. You can't be like, oh, it's time to put in the work. You don't have time. You better start. If you want to get to where you want to go, you don't have 3 months to prepare. You're preparing every single day with everything you do, and you're competing versus people you've never met and you've never seen. So you're really just competing versus yourself. Because if you don't know your competition is you. And every single day you're competing versus yourself to be the best version of yourself. Hopefully they came out here and they saw our guys. They saw the guys perform. And the guys who they saw perform, hopefully they said, man, that dude practiced like he just performed today. That's how I need to practice if I want to perform like that. People didn't just flip a switch. And so I hope they just learn that habits stay habits.
Can you take us through the process?
I know you mentioned obviously when he transferred pro, like he was a team captain, and you're like at the end, you're like pretty easy thing, but just his growth and like with his leadership, what's a team getting inclusion?
Yeah, I mean he's getting a guy who's led his team as tackles. He's getting a guy who's one of the smartest. I almost said most smart. That would not have been good. He's good. That was in context of me understanding that I shouldn't say that, right? So he's one of the smartest guys you'll have on your football team. Instinctive, play recognition, great person, and then he's a really, really, really good athlete. I mean, today he ran really good times. He moved really well. He's a guy who's going to overperform what you see. and he's going to continue to overperform what you see. And if you think he's this level of player, he's that level of player. If you think he's that level of player, he's that level of player. And everybody's going to have a different interpretation on physical skill sets of everybody, but you cannot be wrong with the person, because he's going to out-achieve whatever limitations you put on him.
Kenny, what does it say about the Son of a Brotherhood that current players in the NFL who are ASU alums are back out here like Scats, Chris Edmonds, Jordan Clark?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I want guys to come back around. I want guys to feel involved here. If you graduated from here, I want you to feel like this is home, and you can come back whenever you want, and it's a comfort zone, right? Whether you're 24, 25, 35, 45, 65, you come back here and it just feels good. And that's what I want this place to be, is a place that if you played here, if you bled here and sweat here, like, it should feel comfortable, it should feel welcoming, it should feel a place that feels like home.
Can you take us through the process of that Joe Connolly goes through to make sure that it's a successful pro day every year?
To be honest, I don't know it, because I'm not overly involved in the preparation of this. So you may have to grab him. I'll just be making stuff up. So I could a lot, but I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even begin to tell you the prep that goes in before him and Jason Severico and what it takes to put this on today. But it ended on time, and most of these things don't. So kudos to their organization on that piece.
How do you react when you see guys like Keyshawn and Ben get engaged and just move into that next chapter of your life?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, be a good person, make good decisions, right? And I think both of them did that.
How does a day like today reaffirm your passion for coaching?
Yeah, it's fun to see guys achieve their goals, and it's fun to be a part of milestones. This is something that is a milestone in an athlete, a football player's life, is pro day, right? It's okay, where am I going to go to college? When am I going to start in college? What am I going to achieve in college? Okay, my pro day. Okay, then draft or being picked up by a team, right? And then when it's over, right? And those are the moments, and this is one of those moments that, these guys have dreamt of their entire life. So just to see them get to live it out is why you coach.
Thank
Yes, Danny.
Awesome. Appreciate y'all. See you tomorrow night.